Happy day. It is Down Home with Tina, and I'm so very excited to share with you who I am having up on this week's show. If you haven't watched my Facebook, because I usually highlight it on there anyways, but if you don't know, you're about to know in a couple of minutes. But before I get to that, folks, I have no idea what is going on or what is going around. But, well, actually, I think it's the flu A or something like that. There are colds. There are people that are under the weather. And I'm going to have to be honest with you, this is the first time in about a week and a half that I have actually felt pretty good. And I'm really glad because it's just in time for the show. But, boy, something really got me. And I was looking at speaking of Facebook a minute ago, on my Facebook page, and I came across, it was the cutest little thing, and I actually shared it on my Facebook because I thought, boy, it is the absolute truth. So at this time of year, there are so many things that we have to get done, and I did it. I'm guilty. I did it myself. I was just like, I can't get down. I kept going, and it probably took me a little longer to get over what I needed, but when I saw this message, I was just like, oh, this is so me. So it's, some days I just don't have any pep in my peppermint or jingle in my bells, and my twinkle is a little tangled. I'm telling you what, folks, all of that, I had no pep in my peppermint and no jingle in my bells because I was down and out. But again, I still kept going. Take time for you this holiday season and make sure that you do take the extra time to rest. But if you haven't rested, you can rest now because you can keep on watching the Down Home with Tina show because I have got the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs, some of the football players that made it to the state championship this year. They're really great, and I also have their awesome coach coming up next. It's Down Home with Tina.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
You walked down the aisle and promised happily ever after. Sometimes happily ever after means ending a relationship. We know the conversations are not easy. Deciding what's best for you, your children, and your next steps takes work and communication. At Dagger Law, we know there are no monsters in a divorce, only people trying to find their way. Local, trusted, experienced. Dagger Law.
Welcome back to Down Home with Tina. I'm so very excited because one of our Fairfield County schools, they made it to the state playoffs, Division III. And what's really exciting about it is that it's their first year in that division, which is a tougher division. So you could have only imagined what it would have been like if they would have been in last year's division. But that's not what it's about. It is about playing the teams that equal your, I'll say, toughness. How's that? I have got with me from Bloom-Carroll football coach Jeremy McKinney. What a season for you as your first season as head coach, Jeremy.
Yeah, thank you. Looking back, it's only been about a week, but it's a whirlwind. Like it was 16 weeks, but it still went by pretty quick.
I know I'm jumping way ahead because we've got so much to talk about in this segment with you, and I'm excited because we are going to have some of the boys from the football team as well to highlight them and just chat with them. What was it like at the Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium and standing there with all of the guys and getting ready to start this game?
Before the game, I was just kind of looking around, just taking it all in. When we got off the buses, which is kind of what I anticipated, when we got off the buses, like this is when it's really going to hit. So when we got off the buses and looked up into the stadium, it's like, oh, we are here. And then pregame, looking up into the stands at that press box, it was surreal. It was like, this is the pinnacle of Ohio high school football, and here we are.
Yeah, I can imagine. I know I got to follow the team the last several of the games, and I have to tell you, I was getting some work done at my house. And that day, I was going to leave that evening, for the state playoffs. And the guy said, I said, oh, I'm going to go to the game tonight. And he's like, oh, my boy played for Sheridan.
Oh,
But
no.
he laughed. It was, I know, right? It's like, he goes, no. He goes, we are really rooting for them. And he said, what a nice group of kids and players that you have. And folks, when I talk about a team, and this is another reason why I was so glad to have you guys on, when you have a good team like that, that they're, the arrogance is gone and other schools are talking about what nice kids they are, that says something as well. Coach Jeremy.
I appreciate it. Our focus is we want to be a football family. Everything we do is based on a family. So we're trying to make sure we do things the right way, treat people the way we want to be treated. So we're certainly not trying to go in and be rude to anybody.
Yeah, no, and it's class, and that's what I think is awesome, and what a great way to go, and I think be as classy as you all are to represent Fairfield County when you went to the state playoffs. So let's talk about the year. Oh my goodness. You guys, it just all came out recently for the Ohio teams. So who got what?
Andrew Marshall was our linebacker. He's committed to play at Kent State next year. He was named first team Ohio and Defensive Player of the Year in Division III. Dylan Armentrout, our running back, was named first team Ohio. Jaden Ball, one of our offensive linemen, was named first team Ohio. Chase Plants, one of our senior captains linebackers, named third team Ohio. And Grant Dolan, one of our defensive and offensive linemen, was named honorable mention. So we had 5 guys on the Ohio teams. And this is the first time ever Bloom-Carroll's had 3 first team Ohio players in the same year.
Really? Yeah, and of course the very first time getting to go to state.
Yes, ma'am.
So when you started out the year, did you ever imagine in a million years or did you have it and you said, we've got this, we can do it this year from the start?
We knew how close we were the last 2 years. So we lost in the state Final Four the previous 2 years. And so we knew we were close. So our expectations were pretty high. Something we have hanging up in our weight room is actually a picture of Hall of Fame Stadium with the words "Believe" on the picture. So that's obviously one of the goals every year. So we don't outwardly talk about it a lot, but we knew where we wanted to be.
Even at a different division, a newer level, you knew that you still had it in you all, that you were going to do and go as far?
All right. Well, I don't know if I'd say we knew, but our expectations were still the same. Our expectations every year is try to get to that point.
What do you think it takes to have a football team go as far as your team went this year? What are the big things that folks need to, maybe help their kids to focus on when it comes to wanting to play a sport? Any sport, I guess, but especially football.
Well, football is probably, and I know I'm biased, but it's, in my opinion, the epitome of a team sport. So you're only going to go as far as everyone else around you. So you got to get 11 guys on each side of the ball coordinated to do everything at the same time. So for us, we had 60 guys a day in the weight room in January. So our off season last year started January 3rd, and our final game was December 2nd. So it really took 11 months of building and continually working to that point. But I think in terms of any other sport, the key is to truly be selfless. If it's a team sport, you have to do whatever's best for the team, and our team does an excellent job of playing for each other.
How do you keep them focused with everything that goes on? I mean, because there's so much in life, especially as the teenagers, a life
Sure.
of a teenager. How do you do that?
We try very hard to actually, and I know it's kind of cliche, but take every week, 1 week at a time. So for us, the way we prepare for every game is the same, whether it was the state championship or if it was a team that we felt we were probably pretty heavily favored against. Our Mondays are our Mondays, Tuesdays are Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I think a lot of it's that routine. So you never feel like anything's too big or overwhelming. It's just, hey, this is just how we do things. So even our practices last week were still the same as they were, I guess, 4 months ago.
How different was it from you being a defensive coach to going to the head coach of the team?
The biggest change was now being in charge of the whole operation. The behind-the-scenes stuff is much different. That the administration, the organization, coming up with the bus lists, like things that a lot of people don't think about, team meals, coordinating all that stuff. in terms of the football part, I was still calling the defense, but it was the overall program picture is a little bit more involved.
So just a couple of minutes left. What do you expect for this next year? Because how many boys do you have coming back?
We'll have 70 plus coming back, and then we'll probably have 28th graders coming in. So we'll be real close to 90 again next year, 9 through 12. Our expectations are going to be the same. I mean, we'd like to finish what we started.
There you go.
I mean, that's the goal, is to just keep building. Of course, every team's going to be unique and different, but so you just find the strengths of next year's team, and then go from there.
Well, best of luck. You know, I'll be rooting you on. My daughter graduates, so I won't have a school anymore, so you can be my school. How's that sound?
That sounds awesome,
Let's
yes.
go Bulldogs. Coach of the Year, and just for the wonderful things that you do, a little gift in here from Ava Jewelers, and some little treats that hope you'll just enjoy. Thank you so much for all the hard work. It's nothing compared to because it's priceless for all that you've done and the time you put in as a coach. I know it. So thank you so much, Coach Jeremy.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And folks, don't go anywhere, because we've got some of the players coming up, and they're going to talk about just what they have done in their life to make all of this happen as well. How much, dedication and focus, and what they think about being a Bulldog. Don't go anywhere. It's Down Home with Tina.
Sometimes I feel like my heart is racing.
From general care to electrophysiology, our cardiac specialists are here to keep your life and heart in sync. Whatever you're searching for, you can find it at Fairfield Medical Center.
What makes Fairhope what it is our staff. It's always a question that we ask, why do you want to be here with us? And what they most always say is, you've touched my life this way. You took care of this person, or I've seen what you've done and I want to do that. And so the staff that have been here know what it takes. They've been on the other side. They see what it takes to make someone comfortable, to make the family comfortable, and really what kind of support they need. And so I think that's what really makes Fairhope what it is.
Welcome back to Down Home with Tina. I have got from Bloom-Carroll football, high school linebacker. He played his last game. But hey, you know what? I have to say, Collin Willet, that is a way to play your last football game, if you're going to play it, is at the state championship. So welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. How many years have you been playing football, son?
Since second grade, so 10 years. I think.
Have you always loved playing football?
Yeah, it's always been one of my favorite sports.
What is it about football that you love so much about it?
The
is it
team
just
aspect.
hitting the other people? Oh,
The team
No.
aspect.
Yeah.
I just love being close with my teammates and always having that bond together.
Really? So do you think that's what really has helped make you guys get so far, is
Yeah.
that relationship with one another?
Yeah.
What is it about this team that, and I mean, I don't know if you played in other teams when you were younger, or have you always just been a Bulldog?
I've always been a Bulldog, so.
So these kids and these other boys, I shouldn't call young men, you guys have grown up together then. Did you know that your position was going to be linebacker when you were younger?
No, I used to be a corner, and I used to be a safety. My freshman year, I was a linebacker, but I got moved to safety just because we didn't have the numbers.
Yeah.
So but from sophomore year on, I was a linebacker. So.
You became the linebacker.
Yeah.
So you have been in the playoffs for how many of your high school career years then?
I'm pretty sure every single year we made it to the playoffs.
You made it to some form of playoffs. What is it that you do that helps you to become the player that you had become in your football career?
Listen to the coaches. That's
Really?
all I could do, is just listen to the coaches and get better every day.
Collin, how did you stay focused with all of things, just even as a teenager?
Kind of just kept my head down out of all the bad stuff, just kept my head down and looked forward,
Yeah.
not anywhere else.
So how do you feel about having the opportunity to go as far as you did and to play in the Tom
It was
Benson
great.
Hall of Fame?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, what was it like standing there and just watching?
I had to take it all in because it was just so surreal. Being in that stadium with all those people, the stands being ginormous.
Yeah.
It was, Coach
McKinney said that you guys sold out all of the tickets that you were allotted for that game. which was, I think he also said, out of the other games that they had in the other divisions, you guys sold that game sold the most tickets. Yeah. Where do you go from here, Collin?
Well, now I'm on to wrestling. So that's
okay. Well, good. Yeah. Well, good luck with that. Anything you would like to share with any kid that has the dream of wanting to play football and go into the state one day?
Just keep your head up. Just keep moving. Something brings you down, just keep moving forward.
Yeah. Do you think finding the right people to surround yourself with is important?
Definitely. It's definitely important.
Yep. I know. I told my kids, and I remember years ago, you are who you hang around. Do you firmly, as a teenager, feel that's true?
Yeah. I'm definitely, like, my group of friends has definitely formed me to how I am today.
Awesome.
So.
Well, best of luck in wrestling, and good luck with after high school and everything.
Thank you.
And again, congratulations for doing what you did. Did you have a favorite football game, by the way, that was your very favorite?
Probably our Bishop Watterson game, because that was the closest and it was the most just fun I've had playing a football game.
Did it?
In all 4 years of high school.
Oh, well, I want to thank you for all you do, and I've just got little treats for each of you that come today for taking the time to be on the show. So don't get too sugared up on all the candy I got in there.
Thank you.
And I have a little gift from Ava Jewelers that you can give somebody if you want to give it to or go shopping for the holidays. I'll leave that up to you, young man. Thank you so much, Collin. Folks, I'm going to be on to my next football player from Bloom-Carroll in just a minute. It's Down Home with Tina.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
It's Down Home with Tina, and I have senior Kale Kraner. He was one of those Bulldogs that played and went to the state championship, and I'm so excited to have you on the show. And folks, I was telling him that it was one of the games, and I didn't make it to it because I was out of town, and I was camping, and I didn't want to miss a minute of the game, which I was watching on my iPad, and of course, iPad I could take anywhere. I wiped out, and I busted my lip, and I busted my finger, and it's still a little bit tender from that game, but it's nothing compared to what you guys have done. Kale, what a season and what a year.
Yeah.
How many years have you been playing football?
I've been playing since first grade.
First grade.
So about 12 years now. Then.
Ever imagine that you would make it to the state championship game?
I definitely think we could, but once we got there, it was a crazy feeling.
Yeah. What was it? What did you think about standing in the stadium?
So going into the game, knowing we were going there, it never really felt real that it was actually going to happen. And then when we got off the bus and we started walking down into the tunnel, the Ironton game before us was still playing, and seeing all those fans in there and seeing one of the plays happen and all the crowd go crazy, it was just this is actually happening.
Yeah. Did it give you goosebumps at all? Were you just
at first. But once we started warming up, it was just getting ready for another game.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What do you think that football has taught you, and especially something that will help you as you become an adult?
Just playing with all my brothers, everyone, we're just a big family basically. And that's when we see each other and however many years from now, that's what we're going to think about, was playing football together when we were younger.
You'll always have these memories. I know, being a veteran myself, getting back with my friends, you'll spend hours just talking, and you may meet once in 20 years, or you could meet once a week, and you could still go through those same stories and the memories. Do you have a very favorite game that you played this year that you can think of? And you're the defensive end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think either obviously the state championship or probably the Beechcroft game, because after that game, our senior class officially set the record for most wins by a class at Bloom-Carroll. so that was pretty cool. And it was our last time ever playing on that field, and we knew that, so it was a pretty good feeling then.
Yeah. So do you have anything that you would like to share with any other kids that might be interested in going into football, or even parents that can help parents to understand what it's like for a football player?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a lot of hard work, but once you put in the hard work and you have success, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. You going to go anywhere after high school for football?
I plan on going to Wilmington and continue playing football.
Yeah. Do you have a subject, or do you know what your major or anything's going to be
I'm
yet?
not sure yet.
Nope. Football right now.
Yeah.
Just stay focused on football.
Yep.
Well, best of luck, and anything else that you would like to share, just of your highlight of the season, of other than just making it to the state championship. Just that's awesome.
Yeah.
What do you think about the community coming together? What did they do for you and the team?
Oh, it was awesome. I mean,
Had
like,
a game.
even at just the regular home games, everyone come in and getting there an hour early. I mean, we'd come out, we'd get there like 5 o'clock. The game's not till 7. We'd come out to like mess around on the field for a little bit, and there's already people setting up stuff in the bleachers and getting ready for the game. And then last Friday, getting ready for the state championship. Actually, Thursday we had a pep rally at the school, and a bunch of people came to that. And then Friday morning, they had a send-off for us through Carroll, and there was so many people there. And then going to the game Friday, they said, I don't know how many it ended up being, but they said we sold over 4,000 tickets before the game even started. So
Yeah, your tickets were sold, the allotted tickets. I know that,
Yeah,
Coach
so
Jeremy
having
said.
everyone there cheering us on was just awesome.
Yeah, well, congratulations once again. I
Thank
think it's
you.
really awesome, Kale, and good luck to what you do in the future.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Oh, and you know what? Jiminy Whiz, I got a gift for you.
Oh, sweet.
As I
Thank
had,
you.
said before, don't get too sugared up on,
All right.
on anything. And there's a little gift card in there. It's the Ava Jewelers, so you can give it to whomever. If you have mom, grandma, whomever you want to give it to, or even a girlfriend. If you do, I don't know. I don't know anything about y'all. But
right.
just have fun.
Thank you.
Folks, don't go anywhere. It's Down Home with Tina.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
It took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Down Home with Tina is brought to you by these wonderful sponsors, and thanks to Fairfield Town Crier. You can always check them out and see all the good fun things that they have and positive stuff in the newspaper. Folks, I have Dylan Armentrout with me, and he plays for the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs, and he is defense and offense. He is a junior, so he's got another year, and oh my goodness, I don't even know what to say to you other than how did you get through some of those defensive lines of the other team, the opposing teams? Because holy cow, how many rushing yards do you have now in your high school career, Dylan?
High school career, I'm not sure exactly, but last year I had 2,178. So,
Yeah.
And the year before I had 938. So, definitely a little bit of a jump between there. So,
yeah. So, what position do you play on defense?
On defense, I play cornerback.
Okay. What is the trick to get through? Because it was just crazy. Because sometimes of me going some of the games and stuff, it was just like, and there goes Dylan again, another 5 or plus yards.
Yeah, I'd say our line. We have a really big line, and they made some good holes for me, along with some of our H-backs and receivers, blocking downfield and stuff. And, just my vision helps with that too a little bit, me making some cuts. But I'd say most of all my line.
Yeah. So what do you look for next year to come when it comes to that? Do you still feel pretty good about your line?
Yeah, definitely for sure. We're losing some guys this year, but I have full faith in my guys that they'll get in the weight room and they'll put the work in. But we have the same goals we had this year, make the state championship, and hopefully next year win it.
Yeah. So what do you think is if it is a secret or not about the team that you have with the Bulldogs?
A secret. You know, we just don't give up no matter what's going on. I mean, we got down, I think, 35-7 state championship game. We turned the ball over a couple of times, and we just kept fighting. We kept playing like it was a 0-0 game, and I feel like that's what we do as Bloom-Carroll.
You keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're the Dogs.
Yeah.
You're just going to keep fighting through it.
Mm-hmm.
Get through it. Do you have a very favorite game from this year?
Yeah, I'd probably say Watterson. Even though it was cold, that was probably the most fun game to play, and we were down, well, I think 5. We were on our own 5-yard line. We had to drive like 90-something yards to tie it up.
That was the one that you guys went 90. It was 98.
98 yards, yeah, or something like that.
I thought it was like, because it gets to a point where you're afraid for a safety. I think that's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Like, but not that I didn't have faith in you, but I mean, you guys, you're in their end zone.
I mean, not only that, you don't want to fumble or anything too. So.
That's what it
was definitely a big moment, but it was definitely the most fun game to play. And that and Sheridan, there was Sheridan state championship game. Obviously,
that's a highlight.
That was incredible to play in, but yeah, the Watterson game was probably the highlight.
Yeah. So, what do you have to share? I've asked the other two, same, with any maybe upcoming football parent or kid that wants to play football or is in football. What should they do? Should they stay focused? Is it teamwork? What is it?
Yeah, I'd say stay focused, definitely. The years go by quicker than you think. I mean, I know everyone says that, but they really do. I mean, it feels like just yesterday I was a freshman, and I'm already going into my senior year. So I'd say get in the weight room, do all you can to make yourself better as a player, and just stay focused and work hard.
Do you believe that being a team and working together as a family is a very key component of being a successful team together? Yeah,
definitely. If you ain't working together, it's going to be hard to be a good team. So that's one of the things McKinney preaches to, is work together as a team. One of his mottos is family. Forget about me, I love you. That we all play for each other, and we did a really good job this year, and we made it pretty far.
Yeah, I think that's right, because you don't have much drama then.
Oh, no, we're all good friends on the team. We don't really have anyone that butts heads.
Anything that you are hoping for in the future, being that you're a junior this year?
Win the state championship. You know, it hurt to lose that game. Yeah. But, I mean, it was definitely an awesome run. I just want to win as many games as possible, and, you know, if the yards and stuff comes with that, then that's great, but we just want to win.
Do you have a certain school that you're wanting to go to for football after high school? I know you've got a year yet to decide, so.
I mean, I don't really have like a specific school. I'm just looking for any school that, you know, recruits me, gives me a chance, but any school that gives me a chance, I'm going to give them my all.
Leave your options open and just know that you know what you have to give once they take you on. Well, I just want to thank you. I've got some treats in here. I already showed them, folks. I showed him because what do you get a high school football player? A gnome ornament. So what you get a high school football, I don't know. He said his mom would love it, which is great, because I did tell them all, you are more than welcome to re-gift. And once again, an Ava's little card in there for your mom. Also, I do have to give this shout out to parents and the moms and the dads who, no offense, clean your stinky uniforms and dirty, filthy uniforms and all that stuff, because they look good out there on the field for a reason. No, but thank you so much, Dylan, and good luck in your next year.
Thank you.
Folks, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a great week. And I have my special for Christmas next week, so tune in then. God bless and good day. It's Down Home with Tina.